Good morning, Linn, Benton, startup community. How are you guys doing this Tuesday? Hey, I just wanted to give you a brief update of some events, activities, grants, funding opportunities, all of that coming down the line in our beautiful region. So here is my June newsletter. Hang with me here, grab some coffee, and let's get started. So, a couple things. First of all, regarding some funding opportunities, OSU Advantage Accelerator just announced that they're doing a Beaver Summer Investment Opportunity, which is really cool. They're going to basically bring a bunch of companies. They're going to get to pitch in front of 6 investors. I believe pre-seed is 25 to 50K and then, or sorry, pre-revenue is 25 to 50K, and then post-revenue have an opportunity to raise up to 100K in investments. You can reach out to Carl Mundorf about that, and then there's also a link in the newsletter to check that out. But for those of you startups who your investment opportunities were sort of put on hold because of the pandemic, it's great to see that some action is starting to happen again. So be sure to check that out. We also have, if you are a clean tech startup, be sure to check out Eco Capital Connections. It's an invite-only event, but they're taking applications right now or letters of interest. There is still PPP funding available. So if you are, whether you're an independent contractor or a business with employees, there is some of that funding available. If you're curious to hear how to go about it and what I've heard of the different banks and online platforms as being easiest to work with, reach out to me and I'm happy to discuss that. Also with the Oregon Cascade West Council of Governments, I heard yesterday from them that they still have around 100K in funding available for any startups in rural areas. I believe the max of that loan is around 50K or something. But check that out if you need some cash to grow up your business operations and sort of scale and increase what you're doing. It also looks like if you do run a Main Street business that the feds are releasing a Main Street lending program. Still waiting to hear more details on that. But if you did not qualify for PPP or EIDL funding, I believe this fund is supposed to support you. And finally, there's a lot of different funding opportunities, and of course, some funding opportunities have slowed down. If you're trying to raise money for your startup, you're trying to grow, and you haven't chatted with me yet, please be sure to do that so I can know who to introduce you to, how to help you prepare. We can work on your pitch deck, we can work on your business model canvas, whatever it's going to take to make sure that you can continue to scale and grow. So we got a couple events coming up this week. Speaking of funding, it's important to know your financial statements, especially cash flow and profit and loss. And so we're partnering with Robert Killen from the Linn SBDC, and he's going to talk about cash flow and P&L best practices. So that is this Friday at 9 a.m. Free workshop. Tune in and let's dig into those financial statements, which I know we all love, and learn. All right. Also, just want to remind everyone that on Wednesdays, so tomorrow at 8 a.m., I host a Linn Benton Startup e-cafe. We used to meet in regular cafes. Now we meet online. But this is a really fun group. We have different entrepreneurs, local sector, traded sector, running their businesses. There's about 8 or 9 of us that meet consistently. We go through weekly wins and challenges. Then we chat a little bit about what we're working on with our startups. Then we talk about completing our I will statements from the previous week. And then we make new I will statements. And if we don't complete our I will statements, we throw in a little money in a pot. We're all going to buy each other a nice big dinner one of these days when it's safe to do so. And it's a great group. I really enjoy it. Very welcoming. So feel free to check that out. And I'm happy to sort of introduce you to everyone in that and let you become a part of our accountability community for growing our startups. There's also a bunch of great partner events and programs coming down the line. If you're a food manufacturer, OMEP is doing something on food safety. This is free and it has a value of $4,500, but there's limited spaces, so be sure to get on applying for that if that applies to your company. Also, very exciting. Philomath is launching a new farmers market, and this is great because they lost one of their grocery stores a couple years ago. So a group of them from Bountiful and the city have been working really hard to launch this. So check it out. I'm going to try to be there on their first opening day on June 28th. And if you're interested in vending there, be sure to check out that information, or I can make an introduction as well. Support our local rural farmers markets. Alicia with the City of Lebanon is doing on the 4th a sort of live virtual spacewalk. So she's going to be showing sort of the downtown's different buildings. So if you are in a position where you're thinking about growing or expanding to a physical location, this is a great thing to check out. Oh, and then of course, always really great classes by the Linn Benton SBDC. There's a bunch of them at that link there, but two that looked really interesting to me. One was if you're a Spanish speaker and you have a business. I'm not going to even try to say this, but basically how to redirect your business and pivot and change. That's on June 11th at 1 p.m. And then also, what is SEM, search engine marketing, and how to utilize it in your marketing strategy, taught by Stephen Hodges, which is one of our local startup champions here in Linn Benton. So those two were of special interest to me, but of course there's some other great ones on QuickBooks and growing your business, all of that there. Every Wednesday at 9 a.m., Julie Harrison and Robert Pease of the Cascade Seed Fund do an Ask Us Anything. And that is a great opportunity to hear investor perspectives. They have one tomorrow at 9 a.m. I don't know if they have any others planned for after that, so it might be worth checking that one out, especially if you're running a startup and thinking about getting investments. There is a cool new series, 5-week online workshops called Whatever It Takes. Brad from the Foundry and Brett Carpenter are sort of taking the initiative on that. Haven't been through it, but it looks really interesting, so check that out, especially if you're a rural startup. There are always different online events and things and speakers to check out at letskeepconnected.org. And then finally, if you're in Benton County, be sure to check out Benton County's new Back to Business Guide for Reopening that they recently released. It's a great all-encompassing document that makes it really easy to know what you need to be aware of as you open your physical store. Finally, just a reminder that Oregon Rain's work in the Linn Benton region is made possible by generous funding from a bunch of rural cities, Linn County, Benton County, Albany, foundations, all of these logos that you see on the screen. So if you see anyone from this organization, please tell them thank you for supporting our entrepreneurs here in our region. Other than that, have a great Tuesday. I am drinking lots of coffee and trying, hopefully, theoretically, to get my driver's license renewed and a bunch of other things that have been put off because of the reopening. But lots of great things coming down the pipeline for June. Also working, I'll just give you guys a little hint, we're at Oregon Rain, we're going to be launching a sales and marketing accelerator called Rainmaker. And so that will be coming online later this summer, so we're pretty excited about that. Got a lot of great teachers lined up. It's going to be a really cool 10-week course focused on making it rain, bringing in cash, understanding your sales channels, understanding your different marketing avenues, and how all of those work together to increase revenue, hopefully, for your business. So reach out if there's anything I can help with. Contact information is on the screen. I guess it's actually this direction. Nope, I can't do it. Oh yeah. There we go, something like that. Okay, I'm not going to even try. This reverse imaging is a little weird. But nonetheless, the point is reach out if there's any challenges that you are facing with your business or startup right now. I'll work to help you and see who I can connect you to and how we can make things happen so that you can continue to grow or at least stay afloat during these challenging times. Also, if you got accepted for the EIDL loan, please reach out to me because I'm trying to talk to a bunch of different business owners that are looking at accepting that loan to make sure we're all understanding the implications of it, including what assets that the SBA can control with that and what the prepayment terms, all of that are, just making sure everyone's aware of that. So if any of you are doing that, be sure to check it out. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a great Tuesday. We'll talk to you later.